We're going to be talking a bit about community, what community means to us, different ways we can think about community.
Community to me means a sense of belonging. It is a place of security with people I feel most safe around and people that I feel share the same values as me. When I think of community, I see my family, I see my friends, I see elders, I see people that provide me with a sense of home and security, people that I want to spend time with, and people that provide me a sense of happiness.
Community to me means somewhere I feel safe, somewhere I can go when things are tough, somewhere I can go when I am just feeling down and I need support.
The most important communities to me are my cultural group and my family, because it is within these two communities in which I feel most connected to my culture, my roots, my traditions, and my loved ones. And it is also within these two communities in which I feel like I can be my truest self.
Community to me consists of my friends, not actually my biological family, but the people who I feel know my heart and know my intentions. Even when sometimes I might act a little not in line with them, the people who just see me for me.
Oh, hey. Community to me, I guess, it's kind of like these grandfathers or these rocks. Community to me is the first family in all of creation. And like how these rocks are all working together to support one another. That's all for now. English.
When I think of community, I think of immediately the people around me that are closest to me. So I think of my family, I think of my friends. I mostly think of my sister, who is part of my biggest community and my biggest supporter in many ways. And then I also think of the Finding Our Power Together community and the team that we've built here, as well as the community of people who are following along each week and who are participating, which has become a new community that I'm a part of. What do you think of when you think of community?
Yeah, I mean, I think community can mean different things to different people at different points in our lives. I know similarly, I feel very connected with our Finding Our Power Together community. Even though we're apart, I do feel like we get to know you a little bit each week. But I think for some people, especially those of us who maybe grew up disconnected from our immediate communities, that community can be kind of difficult to talk about. It can be kind of alienating to feel like you don't necessarily have a community that you feel comfortable with. So for me, I've really tried to think about community as being the people who I'm choosing to come into my life and who allow me to be my true self. And so not only just people, but other beings, non-human entities that I bring into my life that help me to make me feel safe, make me feel loved and cared for. So, you know, there's my home community, for instance, where my family is from, but there's also my friends who have really been along my journey for a really long time. There's also my clan, so I'm Bear Clan. And so I really feel connected to bears in that kind of way, that they're also part of my community. And then I also think about land. We're here right now in a park in Toronto, and sometimes it can feel that you don't have that connection to land, or that, you know, that community isn't available to you. And I mean, that's why in week one, we really tried to think about those tokens. You know, how can we maintain that connection even when we are in a city, or even when we're not in our home community? And sometimes when we are in our home community, we also don't recognize those parts of our communities that aren't so apparent. So the sort of non-human entities that are part of our communities that we might take for granted. So for me, community really means a place where you can be yourself, where you can be safe, where you can be cared for.
And maybe make some change in yourself and in those around you as well, those who are in your community. We can help each other to make the changes in one another that we maybe want to see or are nervous to make as well. And we can be brave in our communities.
Mm-hmm. And I think too that community isn't static. Our communities can be what we want them to be. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the people who live near you or the people that you see on an everyday basis. Community can mean whatever you want it to mean. It can mean being connected to a community that's online or that's far away from you. It's really about those connections and how you foster those connections to feel like you are connected to something bigger than yourself.
In COVID-19, we've had to expand our community to be a little bit more online. And I think some of us might not be used to that, and maybe some of us are, but I think that that is also why we're here and working on building our bundle with you all, as to expand that network online and to build that community in that space where we can all feel like ourselves in a new way and express who we are in this new community.